Well, hello, 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 my beautiful friends. How are y'all doing? Happy hump day. I hope everybody's had a super great day. Happy hump day, Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes sent me a video for hump day, and let's just say it was a little too inappropriate to play on YouTube for y'all. But I hope everybody's doing good. We have began the process for youth fair. The goat has been shaved, cleaned up, nice pretty haircut, and they are on their way to set up the RV. They're going to stay at the fairgrounds. I will be here with all four dogs. So tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, y'all send some good wishes her way because she will be showing her goat. And we just hope and pray she makes the sale. So, hello, everybody coming in. Thank y'all. Let's see, we got Brenda Sue in the house. Hello. Hi, Justice Mama. Hey, Brown Eyed Girls. TJ. Hey, Car Guy. There's Kimberly. Let's see, we got Chit Chat. Hi there. Hi, Jasper. All the way from Georgia. Hey, S Dubs. Indiana, Peggy, Cecilia. Hello to y'all. Hi, Terry. Hi, Bobby. Teresa. Texas Plain Jane. How are you? It's a sunny day here in East Texas. It's really a beautiful day today. Let's see who else. YouTuber. Hi, beautiful. Our beautiful YouTuber. Hey, Narita and Mari. How are you? Kelly Holcomb. Hello. Brianna's World. How are you? Everybody say a prayer for Rhonda and for Miss Kathy Gordon. They are both down and not going to be able to join us today. So say a little get well prayer for them. Hey, Reserve Glitchin', how are you? Good deal. Well, it is just, hi, Peggy. Hearts and prayers for Rhonda and hearts and prayers for Miss Kathy. Yes. Hi, Charlene. Oh, yeah. Y'all got your county stock show. Yay. It is so fun to watch. It is. Um, my granddaughter, this will be her third year to show. Before that, my nephew showed, my son showed, and we've done it for several years. It is a super great thing for kids, and they learn responsibility because not only do they have to show their animal and get it, in the right condition and shape, and they have to walk it, they have to learn how to handle their animal. They get judged on that. There's a notebook that they have to keep up with. And so, yeah, it's a good thing for kids. And it seems like all the kids that come together out there from all the different schools, it's like they're a big family. It's a really awesome thing for kids. Hey, Dee Marie and Cheryl in West End, how you doing? Yeah, we're showing a goat. This will be her last year to show a goat. See, she said that after tomorrow, she'll start looking at chickens and rabbits because she wants to do both of those. So, hey, Miss Magoo. How you doing, Mrs. Magoo? Panda Bear's mom, how are you? So then the little one will be able to show next year as well. And she thinks since her little short, squatty self is so bold that she needs a steer. Hey, Marina gal, how are you? Hi, Susan. Welcome, welcome, everybody. So, yeah, she is like short and stout, and she thinks she needs a steer for next year. And they're trying to convince her to start with a goat, but she has her mindset. She is going steer shopping. We'll see who wins that battle. Oh, yeah. Gotta love them girls, man. They are a handful. Allie, I asked her today, I said, Marie, are you ready to do your show? And she said, no. And I said, why are you not ready? She said, because of the sale. It's a hard thing for her, but she handles it very well. She knows what the outcome's going to be for her goat. She knows what it is going into it. They made sure they explained it. She is our intelligent child, and she would be so mad if they did not explain to her that if she makes the sale, that she doesn't bring her goat home. And then she would want to know, where's my goat going? So they sat down with her and talked to her and explained the whole process. And so she handled it like a pro her first year. And I think this year she's a little sad. She's gotten really attached to this goat. So I don't know. Latte may or may not come back home with her. Hello to everybody coming in. Thank y'all for being here. Everybody in the bushes, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If y'all would at some point or another, before you leave, hit that thumbs up for me. I really would appreciate it. Hey, Blayton, how are you doing? All the way from Nevada. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for being here. But hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, we would love to have you as part of the family. And we do have memberships. We are growing our memberships, and it is so exciting to watch us grow. I'm just having a blast with it. So thank you all just for being here. So anyways, well, let's get started. The young narrative got around. Latte will be around for a while. Last year, she did bring her goat home. She chose to bring it home. She did not make the sale, but somebody offered her money for her goat, and she chose to keep her goat. And then after they kept the goat, we ended up with 2 baby goats that my daughter-in-law came home with one day. She was offered 2 babies, and so we have the little miniature goats. And then we had the bigger ones. So we're down to 3 right now. And I get to feed them. Get to feed and water them. But they're always fun. So, guys, today we're going to talk about the young narrative. And I've put together a little slideshow for us to watch because I was listening to a little section, a little bit of when Julie was over on Jay's panel, just to see exactly what, was going on over there, but I got off. Well, TJ helped me find a part in there, and I clipped it, and I want to play it, and then I will follow up with the answer to what they ask. And then we're going to have a big discussion about it. So let's get started and go ahead and play that real quick so we can get busy and get to talking. No, they don't fall over. I wished we had some of those fainting goats because those are fun to watch. I feel bad for them. You know, I don't know that it was Julie that broke SF, Holly, or if it was the fact that Jay did something without SF knowing. And that's what got him pissed off. And I have a feeling over there, they all have a chain of command. They think we have packets. I think they have a chain of command over there. And I think Julie going on Jay's panel was not something that was approved or prepared. Everybody wasn't prepared for. Yep, he had to have control. And I think that was it. So I don't know. And then again, I'm also sitting back very cautiously because I'm not so sure this is not just a game that's being played. Yes. Yeah, Holly, I agree with you. Exactly. And I do think from what I've heard, Jay kept trying to get her to go off topic and she held her own. Julie really held her own and said, I'm not going to go there. We have a difference of opinion. I'm not going to go there. That's not what I'm up here for. Brianna, thank you so much. Thank you, Lolly, for all you do. Brianna, thank you for being here and being such a great person. You are amazing. And let's do a little happy dance, shall we? Thank you, Brianna. I do appreciate that. Hang on, let me get a drink. Oh, goodness. I did not take my Benadryl this morning, and I should have known better. But, okay. You're amazing. Thank you for being a mod for me. I am so happy to have you here with us. So here we go. I want y'all to listen to this, and we're going to talk about it when we're through. Here we go.
I agree. I think that, we got a weird description of Sebastian from the beginning, right? Yeah. It took a while for us to really get an idea of who the real Sebastian is.
Right.
But
I don't believe that Sebastian would behave like a child who, has the intellectual capacity of a 4-year-old.
Do you hear that? We started off with some kind of wrong narrative. That's Jay's words. We started off with the wrong kind of narrative when it came to Sebastian.
Right.
Yeah, we all agree on that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I agree with that too. But we have to ask ourselves, why was that narrative put out to make us, think he acts like a little kid, like a little 5-year-old, 10-year-old.
And who put that out there?
Yeah. Well, so
you had told me that there hadn't been any particular situation that had occurred where you felt like there would have been something that happened. And I also had asked you if there were any friends that Sebastian might have possibly left the house with, or if he had any contact with anyone on social media. Do you want to comment about that again?
He doesn't have a social media.
Okay.
And the only friends that he had were a couple of kids in school.
Okay, let's make this crystal clear. This is the very first interview that Katie and Chris ever did. They had not talked to the newspaper. They had not talked to the TV stations. Nothing. This is their very first interview.
Okay.
All the kids that have had any interaction with him have been interviewed and asked.
Okay.
We as parents know how social media can be.
Right.
and seeing how kids can be easily manipulated.
He's very young in mind.
Yes, he may be.
Right.
He's about 15. He's 15 in age in his body, but his mind is not caught up to his body. But that is something that goes through with autistic children, as everybody would know.
Right.
But for the record, I am a very strict parent. He does not have social media, not in our household. He doesn't online game. I'm pretty strict.
Okay, guys, there you have it. The question was asked. We just answered. Katie and Chris Proudfoot are the ones on their very first interview to put out how very young at mind that Sebastian is. Katie and Chris put out the fact that Sebastian was 15 years old, but his mind had not caught up to that age yet. They had him from the very first interview at a very young at mind age. And Bobby, welcome to the Lollipops. Let's welcome her to the South, y'all.
Welcome to the South. We break that good stuff out. We got enough to go around. So can I get a break and get down? Welcome to the South.
Welcome, Bobby. You are now officially a lollipop. Welcome. Thank you so much. So yes, guys, the question was asked. We just answered. Katie and Chris did that to him, and they continued that narrative until today, actually. When we all saw the Texas Roadhouse video, we were all very surprised at how tall he was. Almost as tall as Katie. We were surprised at how well-mannered he was. We were surprised that he sat there and didn't get all up in her bubble in her personal space. But it's only because from the very first time Katie and Chris spoke, we had a whole complete different child in mind. And with that, I'm talking, this is what they've been putting out. There's a great video of him saying green tea. Here's a picture they've put out. He's not very old looking there. Doesn't look like a teenager. Getting closer to teenage years, but not quite. Not quite a teenager there either. What about this one? Almost. That one, no. Nowhere close to a teenager. There we go. It's getting better. Then we see this one. And then we see this one. Those are not teenage Sebastian. This is the oldest, closest to teenage looking that we've had yet. That's the closest right there. And this picture here, that's the picture they have on their signs that they have made. Katie and Chris, they're family. That's not teenage Sebastian. They had to continue with that narrative. Now, yesterday we talked about the picture taken supposedly the day before when they were at Costco's, and then seeing him at Texas Roadhouse. I've always questioned, how can those be one day apart? Because I just didn't see it. And here we can clearly see the difference. Do y'all see a difference? Do you think that picture's one day apart? Even if you look at his glasses, they're not the same glasses. His glasses have a darker rim on top, but very light around the bottom part in Texas Roadhouse. That picture that they put out saying it was taken, and they led us to believe on that Saturday at Costco's the day before he went missing. Yes, S-Dubs. We're talking 12, 13, maybe that age, right in there. Not 15. That was not taken the day before. But that's what we've been told this whole entire time. And yet here's a picture of Sebastian sitting hours before he went missing. He resembles himself, but there's a whole different look to him. And that is the problem I've had this whole entire time, guys, because we could have every one of us, been out on our boots on the ground, looking, every day looking. Yes, S-Dubs. She said, look, and you can tell by his teeth. Let me pull that back up because I did notice that as well. Look at his little teeth. He hadn't even lost all of his little baby teeth yet. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like he's sitting at a food court in the mall. There is a few a few years difference. And that's sad. Because his mother and his father portrayed that picture from Saturday, is what they said. He went missing or last seen on a Sunday. The Saturday picture was the day before he went missing. And then we see the Texas Roadhouse video and we're like, oh my gosh, look how grown up he is. If we had been boots on the ground every single day for a whole entire year, guys, we would have never, ever thought that it would have been him being as tall as he actually is and as grown up looking as he actually is. Why? Why is my question. Sebastian deserves better. He deserves so much better than that. But from the very, very beginning, the very first interview, even the other side, you heard Jay. Hey, Beverly. You heard Jay ask the question, so why were we led to believe he was so much younger? And then it was it was like, who put out that narrative? They recognize the fact that we have not been assuming how grown up Sebastian actually was. Yeah. They did not want anyone looking for a 15-year-old Sebastian, this child, at Texas Roadhouse. They did not want him recognized. That's exactly it. Exactly. They told us from the very beginning about how he didn't have friends because he couldn't get along with others because he kept, getting all up in their bubble, their space, their private space. Hey, Yankee Kyle, how are you? Hi, Tabitha. But that's not the kid we saw sitting at Texas Roadhouse. It wasn't close to it. Mr. Chris talked about him eating and what a messy eater he was. I saw a child trying to make sure he kept neat and tidy and his food did not get out of his bowl. That's what I saw. I saw a young man who had manners and had his napkin across his lap. He had his legs crossed. He sat there. He didn't keep his elbows up on the table. He wasn't leaned all across the table. He wasn't acting as if he was some kind of banshee. He was very mindful of who he is and his manners. But that is not, yes, Yankee Kyle, he is on the spectrum, yes. But he is high functioning. But the sad part, oh, really, Beverly? Okay, that's good info. I did not see that. I didn't follow him to the bathroom too much, but I am looking into that for sure. Thank you for that, Beverly. Wow. The lady was, see, guys, there's another connection. Another connection there at Texas Roadhouse. That is something. I will have to look into that for sure, Peggy. I mean, Beverly. My goodness. There are so many red flags from the day Katie and Chris opened their mouth to tell the story of what happened. Yeah, Beverly, too many connections to Texas Roadhouse. Okay, MCOS says, I met a family lawyer yesterday and asked her about CPS and the claims things fall through the cracks, and she said yes. That is so sad. It is sad because it doesn't affect the grown-ups. It affects the kids. Tinks, I have no idea, and it's aggravating so much because we can see all this. Why are they not doing anything, especially with the CPS cases? If nothing else, they should definitely look into those cases. That many. And for that caseworker, what it said it was on a Tuesday or a Wednesday when he filed. with his lawyer. His lawyer filed to get the CPS records. And by that Friday, that CPS caseworker was fired. It really does, S Dubs. It needs so much to be overhauled from top to bottom. Let's see. Mari says too many people connected to KP and CP in the same place at the same time. Why? In my opinion, that this is why she was so mad when the video was out. Exactly. And the fact that they're not sitting together as a big happy family, but everybody's positioned in different places. Yeah, Susan, I'm with you on that one. Seth does have belief in Ellie. And, he's got all of my faith that I can muster for him. He's got way more than I think I do. TJ, it very well could be. It very well could be a lot of stuff mixed up in there. I don't know, but to hear them put that out there on Jay's channel when she says from the very beginning, we were misled when it came to Sebastian. Yeah, Brown Eyes, they don't owe us anything. He's right. Yep, and that's Seth has told us to have faith. But, they are correct. Law enforcement don't owe us anything. We are just social media. So, yes, Susan, I know. And I've talked to my son about it. He was local PD and he was a state trooper at one time. And, he said, Mom, there's bad cops everywhere you go. Island High, I agree. I do think they owe the taxpayers to do the job. But the sad part is we don't know what they're doing or not doing. That's the kicker, We can't sit here and say they're not doing their job when they may actually be doing their job. So, I don't know. Yeah, see, it might come out to where they've been working their hind ends off this whole entire time. We just didn't see it. I hope so. I hope they are. For Sebastian's sake. And for Seth's sake. I hope. I really hope. And I want to have faith that everything is, just falling into place, that they're getting everything ready to go, that they're doing their jobs. And it's hard to be in that mind frame when you're not seeing nothing happen. But to know what this young man had to endure, having 5 cases of abuse against him in 14 months. That is a year and 2 months, guys. 5. I mean, you might as well go ahead and say there was one every other month, pretty much. Who took the picture at Texas Roadhouse? Someone standing. The guy standing against the pillar. Is that the one you're talking about? Or which one are you talking about? All of the Texas Roadhouse is a video. The pictures I have, I paused it at certain times, like this one of Sebastian sitting here. I paused it and I took a screenshot. So, but everything's on a video that dog and at night media they've got. And they have not put out from the very, very beginning. We just now saw the video come out of him getting up to go to the restroom. But we've not seen from the beginning all the way to the end. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they said it was about 45 to 48 minutes long with them there. And there are people in place before they get there. There are people in place as they're driving off. Yeah, Bobby, I'm afraid there were some plans being made. Everybody was there to make sure they were all on the right page, because as soon as they left, everything was going to start being put into action. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't released the whole entire video. It's probably easier just to release pieces of it. But yeah, there might be other footage that they actually have something that they can't release. I don't know for sure. I can't say. But I'll tell you, looking at him at Texas Roadhouse, this picture there, I screenshotted out, and you can barely see the waitress's hair. It's a little blur spot, and that's her hair. He was looking at her and he was smiling at her. He started to smile, and that's when I screenshotted it. Joni, I think so. I think they might have other location. I don't know. We shall see. Yes, there is a new video that was just put out, and it's the yellow jacket guy. He is pulling up in a car. It's a Jeep. It looks to be a Jeep Cherokee type of Grand Jeep Cherokee or something like that. And it shows him, and he has a mask on while he's driving. Brianna, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, justice for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. That is our number one goal. That is why we're here. Nothing else matters in the end. Thank you, Brianna. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. The people are in place where they are. I don't understand why a man's going to drive around with a mask on in his car if he's in there by himself. I mean, you get in the car, first thing you do is take that mask off and breathe, you know? Yes, Bobby, I've got that picture, and we showed it. Yeah, I did. The guy with the watch on, I believe, is Yellow Jacket's son. The watch guy, I think he is Yellow Jacket's son. Jacob Bishop is who I believe that is. And I believe somehow, some way, he had a part in this. Oh, the little girl in Ohio. I heard about that. Yes, and at first everybody thought Yellow Jacket guy was just an older man that got mixed up about his order or anything like that. Something along that lines. And yet he turns out to be a real estate attorney from Pennsylvania. Isn't that something? From Pennsylvania. And yet he's in Hendersonville, Tennessee on the day Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers walked into Texas Roadhouse. He was there when Sebastian walked out of Texas Roadhouse. He heard a commotion. And if you remember, he turned his head along with everybody else. You're from Pennsylvania? Yeah. Yellow Jacket Man, his name is Richard Bishop. I don't think I still have it. Let me look and see if I do. If I do, I'll put it up. But I think I took it. Yeah, I took it down already. I can only have so many pictures on there. But I had his law picture. But yeah. When you do things for people and people owe you and you owe them, it's never exactly monetary exchange. But sometimes it's favors. Sometimes it's favors. And this might have been a favor that was owed. You never know. Because if he's doing some shady dealings for Kathy Bowersox, he don't want to get in trouble. So he's going to do it something else and help her out. Is he in Tennessee? I know he was with a law firm in Pennsylvania. I know that much. At one time or another, it looked like it was current. Hey, all I need is Jesus. I'm glad to hear you're doing good and you're watching us. So, yeah. It is amazing to me. Yes, Carrie. She said, I think they needed everyone to believe he was younger minded, that he was to make their runaway story believable. Yes, yes, yes. Girl, Yelva, what are you doing? She paying her HOA fees and she don't even live there. Oh, goodness. Oh, all I need is Jesus just gifted a membership. Thank you for that. Thank you for doing that. That was so sweet. If you were gifted a membership, please make sure to tell All I Need is Jesus True Crime and Coffee. Thank you. That is awesome. We still got to do a members live this month. I've not forgotten. I think I just need to get Youth Fair Week over with and get it behind me. We'll do it. Oh, speaking of which, let me let y'all know today. What? It snowed there today? Oh my goodness. It was 80 degrees here. It was like 82. Had a nice little breeze. It was amazing outside today. Thank you for that. You were so sweet. But speaking of lives, tomorrow, I usually come on at 4:00 because it's before everybody else gets started. Tomorrow at 4:00, Jennifer Coffendaffer will be talking about, has Sebastian's case gone cold? So breaking the case with Jennifer Coffindaffer tomorrow at 4. So I'm not sure if I'll go at 5 o'clock or if we'll go about 3 o'clock and do a short live. But so pay attention to times for tomorrow. Just kind of giving you a heads up. Hey, love your life. Well, thank you for that. I'm glad you're here with us and listening and being part of it. Yes, Brianna's World, that will be a good life. I'm anxious to hear her thoughts and what her opinions are, because no matter what the other side says, that woman has knowledge that none of us can ever touch. You know, she has the experience. She has the knowledge. She has been part of law enforcement for multiple years. Oh, MCOS, that was so sweet. That's so sweet of you. Thank you for those kind words. And Bobby, thank you very much. You're so sweet. Thank you for that. Y'all are just making my life happy. I want y'all to know that. And if I can just pay my storage bill, that makes me happy. Thank you for that. I'll probably do a 3. That's kind of more of what I was thinking, because after her, I'm sure everybody's going to, jump on the bandwagon and start going live and talking about it. So, no. Set yourself free? Really? I have not heard that. She said, did anyone hear that CP used to work as a sanitation worker in Mechanicsville, Pennsylvania? Wow. Wow. That's good info. Lolly, you will never lose your storage if we have anything. Thank you. All I need is Jesus. Thank you. I'm telling you, since I had to get my storage and move out and everything, it has been a struggle every month, and I've just been stressing over it so much. And then this month, y'all have been amazing. So when I get my pay from it in April, my date of pay is the date that my 2 storage units are due. So guys, I'm going to have enough. Thank y'all. Holly, I think you're right. The other side is getting very nervous, or they're playing games with us. I don't trust them over there. I don't. There was a time where all they would do was start talking mad crap about everybody. Look here, Third Eye View. Thank you so much for that. That is so sweet. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you for being with us. Well, it tried to play. Let's try again. One more time. All righty. There we go. Goodness. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. Nothing wants to work these days. Oh, Justice Mama, you're good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm just glad to have y'all here. Yeah. I'll tell you this, though. With SF backing out the way he is, I don't know if he is off of Sebastian's case or if he just deleted or locked down his ex account. You dance with him, Cecilia. I love that little kid. He's so cute. But I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. And so I'm very cautious. Lots of people are saying, well, Chris fired him. And then I've heard, he's done. He's leaving town. So we're hearing all kinds of stories. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not part of their in group. I'm not part of their circle. What is it called? What did my granny used to call it? The gossip hotline. I'm not part of the gossip hotline over there. So it seems to me for him to get as pissed off as he was, I think they caught him off guard and he didn't know. That's just my opinion and my thought. Yeah, their click. Yeah, that's it. It's odd that he closed his account. Yep, maybe he got caught in something. Texas Plain Jane, I'll tell you this much. Even if he closes that account, there is someone somewhere that will be able to retrieve every message he's put out. And I think he's overstepped his boundaries on being a private investigator, and he has put out way too much because he got caught up in the drama and the playing that Hong wanted him to do. I think there was nerves that were hit. Let's see, allegedly there were questions. Yes. CP is pissed off. That's what I'm hearing too. That's what I'm hearing too, because we know that he called in, or Julie called, and she gets up there on panel, or she goes up on panel. Jay's asking her all these questions. We were told by her that Chris had been sending her questions to ask Julie. They wanted to know what she knew. Although Jay went with the flow of things and didn't ask every question that Chris wanted, the rumor is he's super pissed too. And I believe Stephen Fisher got his little feelings hurt because he was not aware that that was going to happen. Well, Jay didn't even know. But when he puts out a tweet or an X or whatever it's supposed to be called now, and apologizing to Cletus and Clue and UA, I think UA Crimson was up there. He apologized to the three of them for his hurtful words, but he never apologized to Jay. Yes, set yourself free. You're correct on that one. In my opinion, CP is always in a rage. Yeah. I tell you. Yes. And well, that's the funny thing, guys. UA Crimson got her butt chewed out pretty heavy after Julie went up there and all the things, and she was sending SF messages, and the next day they chewed her some more. She hadn't been heard from. But if you remember a while back, they jumped all over her for calling Nick's parole officer. She was making all these phone calls and stuff, and they were saying it looks bad. Oh, really? Brown Eyed Girls? I didn't know that. I don't know. I will say this. There are people that get into this genre of finding this child, you know, any missing child or whatever. And there are those people that sink themselves in so deep into the case that we're working on. Some of those people can handle all of it. No, Karen, I haven't. I haven't heard anything. Hold on, everybody put it on hold. Karen says, "Hey Lolly, did you see JLR's latest about the case? Good news for Faith, in my opinion. What happened?" Yes, she did do that in the Raleigh Strain case. She's psycho, I think. I do believe she's taken several types of drugs, medication wise, but it needs to be probably controlled better. Oh, I hope there is good news for Faith and good news for Nina, because that child does not need to go into that home. She does not need to be there. Oh, Riley's case broke my heart too. Yes, for sure. Well, let's see what we find out. See if Karen writes us back. But in the meantime, I was talking about SF and UA Crimson. There seems to be some kind of, so she doesn't have to. Did he give up trying for custody? Did he lose custody finally? I hope so, Karen. Guys, we might need to check into this. Was it a post or was it a video or was it a live? Karen, Nina has filed for full custody. Woo, woo. Oh, those were old. Okay. Well, let's hope and let's pray hard that that little girl stays with her mother where she needs to be. That is the best for her, for sure. But yeah, there's some kind of connection because Stephen Fisher was in a class of some sort. And UA Crimson was texting him the whole time about Julie being on panel. She got SF all kinds of worked up and upset. Yes, Texas Plain Jane. Riley Strain's parents have filed a suit against the fraternity and against the college. Yes. And, unfortunately, hey, Moon, how are you? You had a good live today. I was busy, but I was listening to y'all. Y'all were making me laugh. They have a good time on Moon's channel. Y'all need to make sure you sub up to Moon and Krama for sure. Exactly, Deanna. They don't have any business being around children. They lost a child. No child should ever be allowed in their house until that child is found. No child is found. No child is found. No child is allowed to come back in. But that's what I feel. That's exactly what I feel about the situation. Yes. Oh, yeah, that would be great. if she could do that. And, you know, I wished it would be to where he can't call her and say that child can't wear leggings because he don't like them. Moon, what good news did you drop? Did I miss something while I was downstairs? Yeah, brown eyes. I love Moon. She's funny. Yeah, Michael. Common sense. Hello. Yeah. You know, common sense tells me that the picture here on Saturday was not taken the day before he went missing, but a Saturday 2 or 3 years prior to the day he went missing. There's no way that's the same child. Oh, Texas Plain Jane, you're right. She says Nina needs to really be careful or be watchful of Faith because she could end up disappearing. I tell you what, I worry about that little girl. I really, really do. I mean, this is a man that himself told us that this boy here on Sunday was 15 years old, but his mind hadn't caught up to him yet. He's the man that told us that Sebastian didn't know how to eat right. He couldn't even sit down at the table with us and eat with him because he was so bad. It's just horrible. Yes, couponing. That's been bothering me for a while. And when I heard the young mind, you know, how did we get that narrative? I'm like, well, I'm fixing to show y'all. And so this is part of it. That's what they're putting out. That's the picture. The Saturday picture is a picture that is on every one of their yard signs. Every one of their yard signs is a very, very young Sebastian. It's not a 15-year-old grown man that's almost as tall as his mother. And why? Whatever that reason is, it's the same reason she only took 1 minute to look through her whole entire house when she found out he was not there. Whatever that reason is the same reason that she drove looking for him, per se, 31 seconds down one street with her window up and never stopped. Yes, Izzy Pop, the shoulders are definitely broader in the second picture. He's 15 years old on Sunday. I say he's about 12, about to be 13 on Saturday. But yet, Katie has a picture of him looking exactly like he does on Sunday. We saw with our own eyes 2 pictures that she took, but we got to see the Saturday picture. We didn't get to see that, oh, look, his eyeglasses are even different than that Saturday picture. Hey, September Virgo, how are you doing, beautiful? So, yeah, the other side asked that question, and I don't have a problem at all letting them hear for themselves that Katie and Chris's very, very first interview, the very first time they talked to anyone outside of law enforcement, they said those words. I'm going to play that again. Let me see if I can. I'll have to find it again. Let me see if I can find it again. And I'm going to play it again since we have so many more, so many people in here. Try to find it real quick. I should have left it up. Sorry. Okay, it was an old video put out by 5D. Okay. Let me see. Guys, my computer's about full. I've got so much. So much. Let's see. Go here. I got too many folders and I can't remember where I put all of the things. Let's see. I know I got it here somewhere, guys. Hang tight, hang tight. I think it's right here. No, that's my music. So, yeah, y'all hit the thumbs up, guys. Trying to look for this real quick so I can play it. I can't remember. I put it in a folder so I wouldn't forget. Silly me. It should be right on top, and I can't find it. I don't know, guys. I'm still looking. Let's see. CP lied and stated he was cleared by Ellie, so it makes sense the judge ruled in his way. If I was Nina, I would press that. You know what else Island High that I would to do? Or I would make sure that I remember to tell the judge is that Christopher Proudfoot testified in a court of law that he was terrified of Bullhorn Betty. That was prior to his testimony saying that they were not worried or scared so that they could get Faith for the summer. They weren't worried. They weren't worried at all. But yet he goes and testifies against Bullhorn Betty that he testified he's scared to death of that woman because she brought a machete. She brought a machete. like she's gonna take him down. That doesn't even make sense. Does not make sense. But you know what? That's what they do. That's what they do. Because they can say and do what they want to. Hey, reality. How are you, beautiful? Let's see. That's a trying to find this video. I don't know why I X'd off of it. I was going to keep it up. Let me see here. Videos. Nope. Guys, this is going to aggravate me. Lord have mercy. I know I have it somewhere. I know I do. I'm going to let this folder load up for a minute. It was in New Mexico. It was in New Mexico. Yes, K-Mac. It's going to be the last dadgum place I looked. I can't win for losing. Yes. Exactly. If he was so afraid, why is he watching her? That was the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. He's not scared. You know, it's just, that's insane crazy. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, I know what I can do. I think I have it here. Yeah. It's so sad that we're trying our best, doing everything possible that we can here, trying to stay good, trying to stay alert, trying to be, as good as we can. But yet we have the narrative being put out that would not explain at all anywhere close to what Sebastian is. They put out a whole narrative. Yes, Karen, I agree with you on that one. Lord of mercy, Cecilia. What time's dinner? Yummy, yummy. Let me see if I can get this here pulled up. Hang on, guys. Be patient with me. Don't give up on me. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I went back into my program. I'm downloading it. I'm going to save it where I know it's at, y'all. We're going to get this. Reality's got good news? What? Reality what? Do you want to come up, Reality? Let me get you a link. You can come up. Come up here with me, girlfriend. Here we go. Okay, let me get it in there. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if anybody else wants to come up, y'all are more than welcome. If I can get it to paste. What is wrong here? It won't let me paste this in chat. Y'all, nothing is going right now. Okay, y'all fixing to see two of me. I'm going in on my phone. Hang tight. I'm coming. I want to see. We need good news. We need good news. Okay, there's two of me. Let's see. Guest. Invite. Copy. Did that work? Okay, let's save it to okay, guys, I think I got it. I think we got it. Look here. Who do we got? Hello, beautiful. Can you hear me? Did I add her? What is going on? StreamYard is doing some wonky stuff today, y'all. What is happening? Reality add. There you are.
You hear me?
I do. Hello there.
Ooh. Are y'all ready? Hold on a second. I gotta get back over here.
Okay, we're excited.
Hey, you ready? Y'all sitting down?
Everybody sit down, okay? Everybody be good and quiet. Let's hear.
I was in another chat. I was watching another channel. And the word on the street is the court hearing has been approved.
Yes.
It's going to move forward.
Yes.
And yep. And Mr. and Mrs. E is going to be covering it tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon.
Awesome.
So the anti-slap.
I love
It's
it.
not frivolous. This case is not frivolous.
No,
I am
and they think it's a joke. And I can't wait for their words to come back and bite them in the ass, you know?
Yep. All of it's going to come out, guys. All of it.
Everything.
Yeah. I can't
Yay.
wait. so excited. It's the happiest
Yes,
day ever.
that is
And
awesome.
of course, the ease will cover it very well. They were saying something
Yes, the
about
ease covered.
200. They were saying something about 200,000 pages, but I think that might be a mistype.
No, I've heard that
Really?
200,000 pages.
Oh
Yes,
my.
because what it is, they've had to take the transcripts
Oh, okay.
and
That makes
present the
sense.
whole transcripts, not just, this is what I've been told, not just certain words that have been used or sentences. It has to be the
Mhm.
complete transcript for that live. And when they're doing it,
Oh,
them long lives,
uh-huh.
that's a lot of words.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And it's the new meaning of the, how do you say it? FAFO.
that's
You
right.
guys are gonna find out real quick, like.
We should all make us some t-shirts and wear them that day.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
Now, is this the Junction or the Rico?
I think it's the emergency one that they just put in
Yes,
for.
the Emergency Junction. Good
Yes,
deal.
I know. I'm so excited.
Wow. I am
Mm,
pumped for that.
they're
I'm
really not
so
supposed to be
glad
talking about it.
that they can see now this is not a joke.
Well,
It's not a
they
joke
need
at
to
all.
understand that they cannot continue to talk about it either. And if they do, they're being watched.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm sure there's recordings of their words that are going to be played in court, and
Mhm.
they're going to look like idiots.
So
And when they
going
say
worse
they
than
didn't
that.
record the slap thing, I can't wait for that judge to get that video because they did record it. It
Right.
was
And I
live.
think that's going to be brought up too because it's illegal. You can't do that. You have to have permission
Yep.
from the judge.
Yeah, nobody. I mean, that's sensitive information up in there.
Of course. Because it all
Yeah,
has to be documented and it's got to be approved.
man, that is super great. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to hear, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope it all goes through. And is this the one that Fisher's part of too? Correct?
Yeah, I think it's kind of,
I mean, he's
don't you think
mentioned
it's kind of odd that all this stuff has gone down the way it has?
it
With all
really
that?
is. I know I saw today where Hong put out um it was, I think it's Fisher's passport, like just a copy, paper copy of
Mhm,
it.
mhm.
And he said, don't go too far. And
I
that's all we said.
believe these people don't realize how serious this all is.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And all the information that they have gathered amongst each other and have passed around,
Oh,
it's all going to come out.
it will
Um,
for sure.
And
And they're
we've
starting to
stated,
turn on each other. And
yes,
I said
they're
that from day
eating.
one. They're going to
Yep,
eat each other up. Yeah.
we have. We've been sitting back here and observing it all,
Yep.
and
That is
we could see it.
amazing.
And we've
There's,
already spoke about SF too early on that he's a fraud. He's
yeah,
somebody
he
not to
is.
be following and trust.
But look who hired him. Somebody that's not to be trusted.
Right. Yep.
But
Great point.
I do believe SF was doing the job he was hired to do. I don't think he was hired to find Sebastian.
Although he stated that he was for Sebastian.
Yes.
That it was for
Yes. There ain't no way, because if he was, he wouldn't have been playing all the games on social media.
Well, look at all the fraudulent pictures and stuff
Yes.
that he was doing and all the fakery.
He was a distraction, and that's what I believe he was paid to do. They're scared. They're all getting
We all,
scared.
we all should be very scared, to be
They
honest.
really should be. Yes.
This, like I said,
Yeah.
this gives that new meaning to the FAFO that they all keep
Exactly.
saying. You know, I mean,
And
if you
that's what
think
they say
about
all
it,
the time over there.
well,
That is
they've
their
put
favorite
themselves,
saying.
yep, put themselves there though.
They did. They made the choice to go there and to remain there. Had
And
they
then they
shut
were,
up when they thought there might possibly be a serious
hmm
RICO charge against them,
hmm
they would have been okay.
and they don't understand the extent of what a RICO charge is about.
Not at all. They think it's fake. They think it's nothing to it. It's a game, we're playing over here.
It's very
I saw the
serious.
title for Queen Bee's yesterday. The circus that the green team has created.
I saw that.
We're not
And then
playing a circus.
last night I got off of Brits and I'm going through my TV and you can have it on the TV and you look through and I seen it and they showed me on there, so I of course turned it on and I'm
Oh
looking at
my
it, I'm going, what is up with you guys? They cannot
God.
believe that I'm 60 years old and they're sitting there and saying that I'm using filters. You cannot use filters when you go on StreamYard.
No, it is what it is.
Well,
That's why I look so bad half the time. I don't even have makeup on.
I don't need filters.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, I'm natural. This is who I am.
Yep.
I just take care of myself.
They're just jealous because they just sit and smoke all the time. That's it.
I stopped smoking cigarettes 5 years ago, and it was the
Yeah.
greatest thing I ever did. I'm so proud of
You and me
myself.
both. Yes.
I wish I would have done it long. I had done it in the past, but then I started back
Mhm.
up because of stress and everything. But then I stopped, and now I've stopped for good, and I'm not going back.
That's right. My favorite time of the day was in the afternoon time when I got a cup of coffee and I'd go sit on the back porch. We got a
Hmm
swing, and I'd sit in the swing and have my coffee and my cigarette. That was my favorite time. I don't even drink coffee anymore because I don't enjoy it without my cigarettes.
Aww.
And it's
I
like
still drink
I'll
coffee.
drink it every once in a while, but not like I used to.
Right. That was
Yeah.
my
And
thing too. Is that it was for enjoyment. It's like, you have that really good meal and you're like, "Oh, I have to have a cigarette."
yeah,
That just
yeah,
like tops it all off.
yeah.
But I wasn't a heavy smoker, so it was easy for me to quit anyway.
Yeah. Well, they're just jealous because you look so hot.
TJ, I plan on doing that in a couple of weeks on my birthday. I will show you guys what I look like without all the I love wearing wigs. I just it suits my
Yeah,
personality of who I
it
am, so
it does. You look so
that's
cute
just
in your hats, all your hats you put on.
thank you. My daughter was laughing yesterday because I went up and told her. She's like, "Oh my god!" She goes, "I get that from mom at work. They think that I'm still like 20 years old." I said, "We just got good genes. You
Right?
come from good genes."
Everybody tells me, that there's no way you have grown kids and grandkids. You're not as old as you are. You're not almost 60. I'm 58. And
Yeah,
everybody's
see,
like,
it,
so,
and take those compliments, honey. Take them.
right? I say, trust me, it's me.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate all your kind words and all your
Oh,
compliments.
yeah.
But I had to tell you, I just had to tell
Yes, I'm
everybody
so
that
glad. That is
tomorrow,
awesome.
yep,
And it's going
tomorrow
to
I
be
cannot
tomorrow.
wait. Hmm?
It's tomorrow is when the court hearing is.
No, she's the Mr. and Mrs. E are gonna go over it. They're gonna
Okay.
go over the paper, the
Okay.
documents.
Good deal. Good
Document
deal.
drop, I guess you could say, as they usually say on the YouTube streets.
Yeah. Yes. TJ,
We'll
make
find
sure
out.
you drop Mr. and Mrs. E's channel for us. That is amazing.
It is. They
Yes.
thought that it was all going to fall through and that this is a frivolous lawsuit.
Oh
No, it's
yeah,
a very serious one.
it
You can't
is.
do these things. You just can't.
No.
And YouTube needs to really get stricter and they need to enforce their terms of service.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. We can't say certain words, but the words they say over there, oh my gosh. I
Their
would be
language.
embarrassed if those words came out of my mouth,
I
and
I
it's
can't
not
listen to
right.
it. I can't
Yeah,
listen
no.
to it. Mm-mm. I didn't grow up that way. I can't tolerate that kind of talk, to be honest with you. It's icky. It
No.
makes me feel dirty after I hear it. I'm like,
Yes, it's
"Ooh, I gotta go take a
disgusting.
shower." Ugh.
Yeah, but they can play somebody's live like Britney's. Every time she's live, somebody's playing her live.
And
That's
see, and that's
against the terms.
stalking. That is stalking, obsessive behavior, and it's
Yes,
dangerous.
very dangerous. And people don't realize the danger of the infatuation that people develop when they are trying to watch someone as excessively as what they are with Britney.
Right.
It will become
We
rooted inside of them that they will act on that sometimes when they get really mad.
because there's some crazy people out in the world, yes,
There are.
and they can
And
snap it just like that.
and it could be one of the subs listening that has gotten
Mhm.
so involved in it.
Mhm.
And it just a flip of a switch, they could go off and go hunt them down. That is just wrong on many, many levels.
Yep. That's why it's important you guys don't put your names out here. Don't put your biological government
Yes.
names, as they call it, out,
Be very careful with it. Yes.
because as we see what's going on, how
Yeah.
they go after you. It's really
You know
sad.
what? Seth and Moon said this last night, and I was going to talk about it today as well.
Mhm.
Seth's prayer, he called out all of the demons,
Mhm.
all of the hate, all of the negative to be brought out. And
That's
that's exactly
exactly.
what's starting to happen.
Yep. I am a firm believer in prayer,
I am
and he
too.
hears, and it may not be right at that moment, but eventually it's all going to unfold. And here we are.
Yeah,
Prayer is so important. And then the
it is.
mocking. You're not supposed to mock the Lord. We're
No.
all
And
gifts from God. We all came here because of Him. We wouldn't be here if He didn't create us to begin with. And people need to understand that too.
yes.
We don't get to live forever. We're here to help people be better people, do better in life. You're not supposed to hurt people. You're not supposed to put people down. You're not supposed to make fun of people. You're not supposed to threaten them. Not
Yeah.
supposed to make
No.
their life miserable.
No, that's not our job.
Mm-mm. We have a right to our opinions.
Yeah.
That's not against the law. But you don't
Yeah,
have a right to come at us and threaten us and defame us and slander us over it.
exactly. Exactly.
We
You
don't
know,
go over there.
if you don't agree with me, I respect you,
Yes.
and I'll listen to your side. I've
Yeah.
gone over to the other side just to try to understand where they're coming from, but they don't even have anything that's frivolous to base
Mm-mm.
their believing on.
Mm-mm.
None.
And the green team, I'm going to say this again, and everybody better be listening over there on the dark side. The green team has to do with Sebastian's favorite color. It's
Yes.
not a team per se, it's about his favorite color. We're supporting Sebastian.
Yeah. That's
We
it.
want Sebastian found. We want him home. He deserves to be a home. Seth deserves to see his son. Yes, Katie and whoever you want to call
Ah,
him.
I know.
I'm being fair. I'm being fair. We
Yeah.
want to know
I
what
mean,
Sebastian is.
yeah, that's it. And this could all end if Sebastian was just found.
Right. And that's what we pray for
Yes,
every day.
Holly. So far, the anti-slap is something that was filed. They went to court and it's backfired on them because they thought they would
Yep,
leave
that's
that
what's happening.
day with a pocket full of moolah, and it didn't happen.
Yes, it's backfired, Holly. That's what's happening. It got approved.
Yeah.
It's going forward, and Mr. and Mrs. E is going to talk about it tomorrow. They're going to go over it so we can all have a better understanding.
Yeah.
And they're the best to
Yeah. Well,
explain it too.
oh, they are. I love the way Mr. E explains things legally so that we
Yep,
understand. He is so good at doing that. So
you're welcome,
yes,
Lisa.
definitely. Well, I'll
I just
probably do an
try,
early live.
I just try to be logical and reasoning. I give the benefit of the doubt, and I, like you, have a right for us to agree to disagree because that's called
Right.
respect.
Right.
That's what a human's about, and that's what an adult is about. We're not
Yeah.
children.
No, we're not. We're not little kids. We're not in junior high. I left all that crap behind when I grew
Mm,
up.
mm. I
But
know
some
all
people
about the
don't.
bullying. It was there that happened to me when I was growing up too.
It's like all the mean girl stuff, or, it's just, look, I'll tell you this. I would get caught up in my friend's drama, trying to help, I just want to be there to help or whatever. And I'd end up being right in the middle of all of it.
Hmm.
After losing my son,
No, I know. I'm so sorry.
oh, thank you. But it made me realize I'm not promised to wake up tomorrow.
Right, and
I better
that's what
start
I
making my life even count every minute that I can.
right. That's what I'm grateful for. That I still have another day.
Yes. And I'm not going to
Mm,
get mixed up in that drama stuff. And when I started my
no.
channel, I'm like, I will come on here like yesterday and talked about the other side and what was going on. We've done that a time or two, but they can talk about me all they want to. I'm not going to play them. I'm not giving them attention. It's not worth my time. I got way
Mm-mm.
more stuff to do than that. I'm just not going to do it. But I'm not being bombarded like Brittany. And I
And the
really
other
wished
thing,
she
here's another
could.
right. Here's another thing. Y'all listen up real good on this one, because I just can't stop laughing about it. They keep calling her a drifter, right? What
Oh
is
my gosh.
YouTube? What's YouTube?
Exactly.
What do they
Exactly.
tell you guys as creators? To
Yep.
push for your members, to push for this, because you're
Yes.
making them money. So there's
Yes.
no difference in what she's doing than what they are doing. But
Yeah.
she's not grifting. She's
No.
just having content. She's just
Yeah.
Brittany's a great person. You people need to understand she is really a great person inside and out. She's got a big heart. She's so humble. And I love
Yeah.
listening to her. When I stay awake at night, I love to listen to her to go to sleep. She's just got that voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like Brittany. The drama stuff is just, oh,
Did you
I
hear her
don't.
last night? She went off,
Yeah,
man. I'm so
she
proud of her.
did. She did, but she has a right to.
Yep. She needs to defend herself. That one
Yeah.
over there, I'm telling you, that one over there, ooh, she's dangerous.
Yes. I'm telling, they are dangerous. There's several over there that are dangerous. And people
She,
won't
but she's
report them and
beyond
stuff.
obsessive. Her
Yes.
and the other one that's in the Rico. I don't
Yeah.
want to say her name.
I know,
It's
right?
irritating.
Yeah.
The one that always says me, 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 me. Y'all know who I'm talking about when I say me, 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 me. Look
Oh,
at me. Oh man, I'm the victim. Oh, I feel so
oh,
sorry for me.
I know when she was
Get out of
on
here.
Jay's panel that day, and they were talking to UA, and here's Granny over there going, but I'm the one that's paying for an attorney, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but it's you
Uh,
that did it.
right. You put yourself there. You
Yeah.
inserted yourself and you made it about you.
Yes.
So you have nobody to blame but yourself. And now you're going to see the consequences. You're going to be held accountable. And that's going to
Good.
happen in the court of law. That's not going to happen by anybody else but there.
Exactly. For
Don't
sure.
listen to anybody else. She may not even listen to the court, to be honest, and she'll really find out.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes, huh?
Mm.
Yeah.
I study the laws and I follow the laws. I do not want to be in trouble.
No, no. And I sure don't want to be in trouble with a court and a judge
And a
at all.
RICO
Oh,
lawsuit.
that's even serious.
Yeah, it is. That follows you. That's gonna be that's nothing to play around with. No.
Yeah. Little Red, because I had lost my son, there was another creator that I had gotten to know, and she had lost two of her boys in a house fire. I got
Oh,
very close to her. She helped me a lot. Well, as YouTube things happen, drama ensued. I wasn't even
mhm.
part of the drama, but I got booted because I was friends with another person that got booted. Stupid stuff. Okay. I'm not going to beg them to be my friends. I go on about my life. Next thing I know, there's a whole daggum video. How dare you, Lolly, talk about this mother who has a child that's missing, and you know what it's like. They used my son to try
Against
to
you.
shame me.
Up against you.
And that pissed me off. And I
Of
went
course.
back. I did one video and I said, this is the last time your name will come out of my mouth. But don't you
That is
ever stoop so low to use the death of a child against someone. That's low as low can get.
it's
That's
so
how low
wrong.
these people can go.
It, why though? Think why?
Yeah.
Money,
Makes
money, money, dollar bill, dollar bill, dollar bill, guys. That's what it's all
yeah,
about.
that's it.
They want to
That's
create
it.
chaos and drama so they can make money off of people who are vulnerable and weak
Yes.
minded.
They don't care. They will take whatever hurts you and use it against you. And that's how low they went. And that was my first lesson in, oh my gosh, this person did that. I couldn't believe it. I was mad. And I had to wait 2 or 3 days for myself to calm down enough to do a reply that would actually be respectful enough to put out in
Yeah,
public.
it's
I had
ugh.
to make myself because I wanted to come back at her, and y'all would have seen a whole side of Lolly that y'all wouldn't never want to touch.
See, and that's what people don't understand either. We all get pushed to our limit, and then when we
Yes.
go there, then they try to make us out like we're crazy. But guess what? You guys were the ones that pushed all my buttons to get me here, and now you're going to see the extent of who
Yep.
I could really be. We all have that side of us that you don't
Oh
want
yeah.
to see.
Yeah. We all do. It's just human nature.
Right.
But there's that mean group of people that push and push and push, and then they're the victim when you explode.
Right. They flip it.
Yeah,
Typical
it's like,
narcissistic behavior.
yeah. And I'm
It
telling you
is.
now, after it's all over and done with, and they find out what really happened to Sebastian, that other side, they're going to say, well, we were just, being nice to him to get information. You watch, guys.
Mhm.
That's going to be their words.
We can all see it. We're not stupid. We have our
Exactly.
eyes open.
Yes. Okay, so
Thank you,
on Jay's panel the other day, when
guys.
Julie was up there, I know, right? They were talking, and there was a question that got brought up, a subject about Sebastian, and a question got brought up. So I made a video. I'm going to let everybody watch that now.
Okay.
I played it early on, but I want y'all to watch this because when I saw it, I was like, oh, I don't mind if I do answer in that question. Let me show y'all. So here we
Sounds
go,
good.
guys. Watch this.
Sometimes the way they search was based on sort of a lack of understanding about Sebastian's intelligence level.
Well, I agree. I think that, we got a weird description of Sebastian from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It took a while for us to really get an idea of who the real Sebastian is.
Right.
But
And I don't believe that Sebastian would behave like a child who, has the intellectual capacity of a 4-year-old.
right.
Yeah, we all agree on that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I agree with that too. But we have to ask ourselves, why was that narrative put out to make us, think he acts like a little kid, like a little, 5-year-old, 10-year-old.
And who put that out there?
Yeah. Well, so
You had told me that there hadn't been any particular situation that had occurred where you felt like there would have been something that happened. And I also had asked you if there were any friends that Sebastian might have possibly left the house with, or if he had any contact with anyone on social media. Do you want to comment about that again?
He doesn't have a social media.
Okay.
And the only friends that he had were a couple of kids in school.
Okay.
All the kids that have had any interaction with him have been interviewed and asked.
Okay.
We as parents know how social media can be,
Right.
and seeing how kids can be easily manipulated.
He's very young in mind.
Yes, he may be.
Right.
He's about 15, and he's 15 in age in his body, but his mind is not caught up to his body. But that is something that goes through with autistic children, as everybody would know.
Right.
But for the record, I am a very strict parent. He does not have social media, not in our household. He doesn't online game. I'm pretty strict.
There we go.
So, what do you think the narrative is all about, in your opinion?
Well, I think it's because they didn't want him found. I think they were trying to make him as young as possible so that if he was ever seen being transferred here or there, whichever way, that wouldn't be the person they would think would be him.
Hence the reason why all those pictures of him were put out that were much younger.
Yes, they're all young pictures. Exactly. And y'all, for anybody that hadn't seen this one, the picture that was put out saying that was taken on Saturday when they were at Costco's, we have determined by looking at it here, that's not one day apart.
I never thought so. And then when the Sunday one came out, I was like, yeah, definitely. It's not lining up.
Little Red, I don't think there was an accident at the house. I think it was something that was planned. And I haven't always thought that. I've always thought it was an accident. But I do believe it was planned. After looking at Texas Roadhouse, all the people that were there, all the people that we can identify, there had to have been something to it. So yeah, that picture, there's no way. And that's the first picture they put out. That's the picture they put on the yard signs of him, supposedly the day before he went missing. And there's no way.
Also, the one that she was like cramming in his face. Remember, that's what he said. The one from Saturday, which was Costco.
Well, this is the picture from Costco's here. On the one that says Saturday, that's the picture from Costco's. Sunday is the one of him sitting at Texas Roadhouse. That's not the same age at all. That Saturday picture, you look at his glasses. His glasses are shaped different the next day. He's more grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's different. He's grown up. There's no way that's a picture from the day before. I don't care what they say. I just can't believe it. So why would they put that picture out saying that's the day before he left, when we see now what he looks like at Texas Roadhouse? He's a young man. And that was still a kid. S. Stubbs was saying, I think it was I don't remember who it was earlier, was saying that they used to work at a dentist, and even his teeth and his mouth set and everything, it's different. It was only about 12 to maybe 13 years old there on that Saturday picture. Yeah, Opal, his glasses are different. Yep. They just made no effort from day one, because that interview with Duchess, where they said he was young in mind and all that stuff, was the very first time they spoke out. Only to Duchess, that interview with her was the only interview that they had done up to that date of March the 3rd. They did not interview with TV, newspapers, any of that stuff. They went on Duchess's first. And that's the narrative they put out. And they continued putting it out by pictures of him like this that will do nothing to help us find him. Look how young he is. You know, look how young. And then you got this one. He's young. You know, here's his picture with the fish. Look how young he is. Those aren't going to help us find what the young man that looks like today.
His
And
behavior.
it really pisses me off, because she took 2 pictures. We saw it with our own eyes, and she didn't even put those pictures out. Not at all. Not at all.
His behavior at Texas Roadhouse did not display that he was young in mind, in my opinion.
No, none at all. Isn't that sad? I mean, Chris talked about he didn't even want to sit at the table with him while he ate. All I need is Jesus, coffee, and true crime. Thank you. She says, love you, Lolly, in reality, towards my goal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get her a little happy dance here, guys. Let me get down to it. The little boy makes me laugh. Sorry if you can hear the dogs. I'm going to mute and holler at them. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Those dogs get up here and start wrestling, and it drives me insane. Holly, thank you very much. That's so sweet of you. We'll let you have a happy dance too. Thank you. Oh, look here, September. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you, my friend. You want your own happy dance? We'll do it. We'll get you your own. He makes me laugh. He's so funny.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you for coming up and telling us. Guys, it's time we get good news.
Yes, ma'am. You're
It is
welcome.
so
Thank you for having
time.
me on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can stay if you want to. I'm just excited that you came up and told us all that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Gosh.
Yes,
Now,
we
if we
did.
could just find Sebastian, could you imagine how happy we're all going to be that day?
Well, no, I wouldn't be able to talk. I'd be crying.
I know
I'd be so excited.
I know it. We should all make a plan to where we go, like, everybody go to Justin's channel or,
Mhm.
whatever. And then, several of us creators can be up there or just him or whatever. And we all hear it about
Mhm.
the same time. That would be so
Right.
amazing.
It would either be Justin, Josh,
Mm-hmm.
Horn Betty, or Seth himself. One of
Yes.
those channels.
Yes. Yeah.
And I cannot wait.
I can't wait either. It's coming, guys. It will come.
Hmm.
It
Yes, it
will
will.
come. Yes,
Mhm.
the world is going to break the internet. Isn't that something?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, it will. Yes, it
Yeah.
will. I'm gonna put myself on mute and let you carry on. Then I'm gonna eat my spaghetti my daughter made me.
Okay. Well, I'll probably be getting off of here in just a minute.
Oh, you
I
know.
just, my goal for today was to talk about the young narrative that was said just 2 days ago. Well, I don't
Uh-huh.
know why, we had that and, who put that out there? Uh, Let me show you who put that out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was put out for all of us to hear. And every since that day of hearing them speak, that's what we've had in our mind, guys. That's what we thought. And then we see Texas Roadhouse video and it's like, oh my gosh. I was shocked when I saw him in that video. I could not believe it. He was such a young man.
And he seemed
Nothing,
uncomfortable in there.
very. He had manners. I could tell that right away. He waited for his mother to sit down. He waited for the waitress to back out of the way and leave before he sat down. He put his napkin across his lap, crossed his legs. He never had his hands up on the table, his elbows up there. He wasn't all in his mother's personal space.
He was not.
He was nothing that they said he was. And in my opinion, they did not want him found. And I'll keep going back to the same daggum thing when Katie was asked to describe him for people that might be out looking to help them understand something about Sebastian to identify him. And her
Yep.
response was, He likes shiny things. I can't believe a mother would say that. She didn't talk about anything about it. He had a cowlick here, or he doesn't brush his hair, so it's probably going to be messy, or nothing. He walks on his tiptoes sometimes. That was never said. We saw that in the video. None of the things that could have helped identify him for almost a year were said.
And we got more out of Seth than we did them.
Yes. We've learned about Sebastian through Seth, because what we were learning was nothing even close to who he was when he went missing.
Yeah,
it's just
I think they were. I think they were at their wit's end with him, because he was going into becoming a teenager, and we know how teenagers are. They get their attitudes, and they think that they know everything, and we get it. I've been there.
I've been there. Yeah. I was there 3 times. Lord.
Part of parenting,
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah, but they couldn't deal with it, to be honest with you. Seth, on the other hand, he was doing what he could.
Yeah.
To make Sebastian become an adult and be able to take care of himself when he became an adult.
But I'll tell you this, I honestly believe if they were to have said, Seth, we can't take another week of him, we're done.
Yeah. And he was trying. He told us that he was trying to get that all worked out so he could go there permanently.
Yeah. But I really think if they would have told Seth, look, something's going to blow over here and it's not going to be pretty, he's got to go this weekend, Seth would have done what he could.
Absolutely.
Oh, really? Let's see. Set Yourself Free says, Lolly, did you see the Facebook message from a neighbor who said, oh, it jumped on me. She saw him and KP ask her, what did he say? What was he wearing? But she never asked where she saw him. Oh, IT Austin and A&M. Way to go, Little Red. My granddaughter, my daughter-in-law graduated from A&M. My son went there, but then he got deployed to Africa, so he didn't ever go back.
Awesome.
But yeah, we are Aggie family. My granddaughter, she's 8. And she was talking about when she goes to college and all of her plans and stuff, and how she's going to fix up her little room. And my son says, well, why are you going to A&M? What makes you want to go to A&M? He was just asking her. She goes, because that's what y'all are going to make me go to.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, you can go anywhere you want to, baby. And she's like, well, I guess y'all did it. I might as well do it too.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was funny because y'all probably make me. Oh, goodness. Well,
All
guys,
right,
thank you, Reality, for coming up here. I love you.
Love you. Thank you. And we'll see y'all later. Take care.
Alrighty. Thanks.
Bye, Lolly.
Bye. Wow, guys, that was some awesome news. Super thanks to Reality for sharing that with us. Awesome. So tomorrow we have Jennifer Coffindaffer is going to speak on it being a cold case, and Mr. and Mrs. E will be going over the case itself that will be going to court, and that will help all of us understand all of it. So let's make sure. The news is the junction that was just recently filed has been approved and will be going to court. It is official. They think it's a joke. It was frivolous, all the things. Thank you, TJ, for dropping Mr. E's Crime Cast. There's the link to theirs. If you haven't, subbed up, please do. Because we all want to be there. We want to listen. We want to learn. And that is great news. We have a whole side of people that are causing havoc with Sebastian's case. They have his name in the title, but they're not always talking about Sebastian, and they're not always trying to get down to the bottom of things and where things went wrong or what's going on or what happened or what could have happened or any of that. It becomes a drama fest. And that does nothing at all to help Sebastian. So we definitely want to make sure we're there for that. So guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go let these dogs outside so they can go run off some of this energy. They're about to destroy my room up here. Lord. So anyways, guys, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the super chats, the super stickers. I appreciate and love every one of y'all. Y'all are amazing and kind. And that's what we want. That's what we need to make it through this, guys. If y'all are new to the channel, we would love to have you be on board with us and subscribe and join us again tomorrow. Like I say, with the things that are coming out, I'll probably go live about 3:00 tomorrow so we can plan on that. So around 3 tomorrow, we'll do another live and talk some more. So until then, everybody stay true to yourself, stay true to Sebastian, and remember, he is the reason that we're all here.